Well, hello, fellow people. So, our system is so broken in so many layers and avenues and ways and pathways and byways. It's ridiculous. I just want to remind you of this whole story with the girl that disrupted that woman's life by squatting in her home for damn near a year without paying. How is it that we have allowed this stuff? This wasn't happening in the 60s, 70s, or 80s. It just wasn't. When did this shit start being okay? When did we start writing laws to allow people to come in and steal your home? The private citizen, remember her, goes through hell and high water almost a year before she finally came to her conclusion, but thousands of dollars in debt. I'm talking thousands. But in the meantime, bank-owned property, the only thing they don't do in this report is tell you from the beginning to the end when it started and when the bank got them out of there. Check this mess out.
All right, Luke, thank you. A self-proclaimed minister caught on camera trying to move into a home he doesn't own 3 days in a row this week. And court records show he's been trying to take over that Southwest Houston home for months.
This story only on 13 tonight. ABC 13's Maya Shea has covered a lot of these squatter stories, but Maya, this one's different because it hit close to home.
Yeah, it happened right in my neighborhood this week. So as you can imagine, myself and my neighbors were really concerned about the safety of the kids in the neighborhood. So we jump into action. And what we learned is when houses like this one behind me, it's owned by a bank, it's in foreclosure, it's empty. It's really hard to keep those squatters out, especially if they know how to work the system. The suspicious activity began Monday afternoon when a gray Volkswagen pulled into this foreclosed home's driveway, and a trio of men are seen on video hanging around for hours. They left before police arrived Monday night, only to return again Tuesday, this time with blankets and backpacks. Police say they got into the home by breaking into a back door, and then by that afternoon, police say the alleged ringleader, Kafil Tansel, had parked his car in the garage.
He was wanting to take over the property. At the end of the day, the bank actually owns the property through the foreclosure, and so the bank's going to have to take some steps.
When veteran real estate attorney Dennis McQueen looked into this property, he says he was shocked to find that Tansel had several documents already filed with the Harris County Clerk's office claiming he owned the home. So even after police gave Tansel a trespass warning on Tuesday, he remained undeterred. Video shows Tansel returning for the third time on Wednesday after police say he filed new deed documents trying again to move in. Finally, the bank that owns the house pressed charges, and Tansel was arrested and charged with trespassing, taken to jail.
Banks are notoriously slow after they foreclose. It usually takes them 2-3 months to find some real estate agent to take over the property, put it up for sale. And how do you even get in touch with the bank?
McQueen says it's crucial that neighbors remain vigilant in these situations because there is just so many potential squatters out there. On Instagram, for example, Tansel even offers to teach others how to make sure their divine property rights are preserved, something McQueen says he has seen before.
I've seen some other people like this. They have these recommendations for how to take back property you deserve because you're a living human being and everybody deserves property according to their theory.
Yeah, interesting theory right there. For now, this house is under contract to be sold to a legitimate buyer. But McQueen says because Tansel had filed so many documents to the clerk's office, it could really gum up the closing process for this home and could delay all of that. So we'll see what happens. For now, we're live in South.
So that's pretty wild, ain't it? This woman went through living hell for, what was it, 10 months, I think the story read? Because this heifer, this scamming ass heifer managed to work the system just like this pastor. You know, the black on black crime in this country is absolutely remarkable. All that energy it took to produce these documents, where did it go? They did some homework. They actually did some homework in order to steal. But when it's the property of the bank, what was it, a couple of days, something like that. They said something about Tuesday. They didn't really say the next day when they, or however many days it was. But that was less than a week. Less than a fucking week. And this poor woman, and many like her across this country, all of a sudden, we're finding out that your home could be stolen from you. But let it be the bank and it's over. Just like that. Ain't that something?